Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Theoretical Doctor Audio Blogs. This is my third series of my Housemanship Diaries, where I share my experiences working as a house officer in Sarawak General Hospital in Malaysia. In this video, I will talk about my experience of my first day in my third posting, the Department of Paediatrics as a house officer. The link to the article of this audio blog is available in the description below if you would prefer to read on it instead. Day 498 of my housemanship journey and day 1 tagging of my new posting, Pediatrics, on the 4th of March 2024. I was allocated to the Pediatric Ward 2B, which is a general ward. A day prior to the commencement of my journey in Pediatrics, we had an introduction to the wards that we would be practicing in, which were mainly Nursery, Pediatrics 2B, and the Isolation Ward 3A. I somewhat know of where the items would be, but in terms of reviewing the patients, I haven't a single clue. What more blood taking? I arrived around 6:30 a.m. that morning and went to my allocated cubicle, picked up the file, and went in front of the patient. What is this? Acute exacerbation of asthma? Something about asthma? What did I learn about asthma again in medical school? What's with the thing about What is a nebulization? Wait, so this patient actually has asthma, right? So is the patient going to enter into a state of respiratory distress now? What do I do? Oh wait, the patient has nasal prong. Can I off it? How do I begin my review? I started to flip through the previous morning and afternoon entries. Alright, name, age, underlying diagnosis, day what of admission and of illness. What did the patient initially presented with? Finally, after I'm done with the whole introduction of the patient, it is time to move on to the progression and physical examination. What is this that I hear from the lungs? Oh goodness. Finally, on to the plan. I'm not confident in formulating my own plan. What if something goes wrong? It resulted in me copying the whole plan given the previous day. Finally, the medical officer allocated to my cubicle arrived. I felt a bit better. I introduced myself and proceeded to be described. So this is how you review. Seems alright. We finished our morning rounds around 9 a.m. plus and the specialist is due to arrive. I'm not used to this. In my previous posting, the specialists are extremely early. Finally, the specialists arrived and we ended our grand morning rounds around 12 p.m. It is time for us to go about our active job list. Goodness, it is already 12 p.m. Just what time are we going to start our afternoon reviews? Usually by this time in other posting, we would be ready for afternoon rounds. We settled the discharges as quickly as we could, followed by other active job lists. It was around 1:30 p.m. I decided to begin my afternoon review. The specialists were seated at the nursing counter. So, are we going to start rounds soon? I better make haste. Afternoon grand round started around almost 4 p.m. Just what time are we going to finish our job list? By the time we are done, it would be late to request for outpatient scanning appointments or to get outpatient clinic date. Well, alright, this is new for me. We completed our afternoon rounds around almost 6 p.m. It is similar to morning rounds whereby we round with the medical officers first before rounding with the specialist. From 6 p.m. till 7 p.m., we, the taggers, excuse ourselves to have our meal for the day before proceeding to our allocated wards. Tagging in pediatrics is a bit different. We started off in our respective wards, but come 6 p.m., we transition. Some of us remain in the same ward, others switch to Pediatrics Isolation Ward 3A or to Nursery. I was due to go to Nursery. I haven't the slightest idea of what to do in Nursery and there is just too many of us. My seniors mentioned that there is an unspoken rule whereby as taggers, we are only allowed to return home after the on-call rounds with the specialists as we had to get the attendance signature from the medical officers on call. We followed the rounds and finally received our signature from the medical officers on call. Time to return and rest. Well, it was not bad for first day. Compared to my previous 2 postings, it seemed alright and my first day seemed to went by just fine. Who knows? I may even grow to like pediatrics. Thank you for listening to this audio blog. Do stay tuned for more, which will be available every Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Remember to click on the subscribe button as well as the bell button so you won't miss out on any upcoming audio blogs.